Hi, this is Mimi Ikle-Khalsa. Thanks so much for coming to learn a little bit about our Biodynamic Principles for Professionals class. We'll be starting this class in March of 2021. So in today's presentation, we're going to be leading you through all of the principles that we'll be presenting on in this 8-month course. This course is designed and intended for professionals that are in the therapeutic field to receive their own support, to help guide and investigate how these principles can enrich your professional and personal life. The principle that we're going to be sharing and discovering together is about safety and sensing. Really, safety is at the cornerstone of all healing. So we'll spend some time going through what it takes to sense self, sense others, how one of the basic biodynamic principles is to always look for the health and the well-being in an individual. Learn correct, and in supporting what we call the breath of life, which again is a craniosacral term around what helps to organize and lead the living system. In our second month together, we'll spend some time with pacing and presence and the healing implications of both of these principles. So we're going to spend some time talking about how it is that we can sense our own pace, what our natural rhythms adjust the world to meet us in our own ease of presence and pace. In the next module, we'll be spending time with relational field and resources. Relational field is how a biodynamic craniosacral therapist negotiates the space between themselves and their client. And resources are simply that. They're things that bring us energy. And we'll work on cultivating more resources and investigating the resources that we already have. Then we'll do a module on midlines and the original matrix. This comes down to the physiology of biodynamics. It looks at the organizing forces that are at play, and it helps us understand how to support ourselves and to organize what we're doing. Classes, which is around stillness and sentience. There is a huge power in stillness, and we'll learn to harness that healing capacity. We'll also spend some time learning about sentience and how to acknowledge and work with the sentience in all of our clients. We'll get to spend some time in the next class with mystery and movement into what we call primary respiration. That's a cellular breathing that is done by all living creatures, and you'll get a chance to experience and feel this in your own system. Finally, we will have initiation and integration, a chance to review all of the principles, a chance to integrate them into the self, and a chance to be initiated into a new chapter of our principles and reflecting back on how these principles have affected us. There are some reflections from graduates of this course, and I'll just share briefly what the graduates have already written about how this course supported them. This is from a graduate named Lou, and she says, professional helpers and healers of all types they serve, utilizing their strengths and resources. This class has added incredible depth of understanding for me of just how many more strengths and resources we all have access to. I'm really enjoying incorporating these practices and frameworks for myself, first and foremost. And I think we can all agree that as therapists or as caretakers or practitioners, it is extremely valuable into session work or into that therapeutic relationship, feeling really nourished. The second reflection from a graduate is from a woman who works with pediatric clients. Amanda says, "This was a powerful experience for me. After each session, I notice a progression and shift in my internal experience and awareness. As a medical professional, to serve my patients, it's provided that in a different way than I expected. The course has shifted my internal experience such that I feel more resourced internally. And so in turn, I have more energy to give to my patients." Each class included a discussion, lesson, and exercise to help us embody the principles of that class. Mimi is incredibly knowledgeable, and her teaching style and inclusive. Class has permanently shifted the way I look at my own life and those of my patients in terms of resources to build on instead of focusing on what is lacking. The course was life and practice changing for me. And I hope that each of you finds something in this course that can help give you a new perspective, give you a new lens with which to see your own clinical work or your own practice with patients and so in conclusion, Biodynamic Principles for Professionals course can offer a way to bring greater clarity, balance, and ease to your life, both personally and professionally. Begin now, inquire within, and ask if this is the right time for you to embark on your journey inward. We will be holding this course from March 15th through October 18th, taking a break in between on the summer our principles so far and to celebrate the solstice together. If this is a time that works for you, if this is content that intrigues you, I welcome you to reach out to me at heartwaveshealing.com or at heartwaveshealinginstitute@gmail.com. I'd like to now end the screen sharing and just get a chance for you to hear a little bit about each of these principles from that are on. So here you will see some of my friends, and I'd like to invite each one of you to speak through to some of the principles that you relate to or that have affected your lives. So Elżbieta, I believe we're going to begin with you.
Yes, my name is Elżbieta Kiaja, and I want to share with you that I just graduated. It really changed my life. I've been working with different modalities, and I never could reach the level, the depth that I was able to reach through working with this course. And I wanted to talk with you about the safety and sense. Only through this course, I realized how much effort my body is making, how much energy I'm using for just sensing my safety, sensing the environment, and what I need to be safe. How much space do I need? What I need in the space to achieve safety. And help myself, help my clients from that point, from the point of safety. So that's my sharing.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Elżbieta.
You.
And I believe next we're going to Kathy.
Hello. 2016 from my Biodynamic Craniosacral Foundations class. So I've been working a few years doing craniosacral work. And I think one of the most important principles that I picked up from this class is about pacing and presence. I think that from my background and how society kind of pushes us all to go, 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 and don't slow down. It was really a revelation to me to learn that my body had its own pace. I had a natural rhythm in my own self. I had no idea. And so being able to slow down, feel my own rhythms in my own body, be present, then I could be present in a completely different way with my clients. And I was amazed what I can feel when I'm interacting with them. The deepness of our connection has changed just through being able to feel my own pace, being in my own rhythms, being present with another in that deep way has really changed how I am clients as well as how I am in relationship with my family and friends. It's been really magical. Thanks.
Wonderful. Thanks so much, Kathy. And I think I'll just speak briefly to the third principle set that we're looking at, relational field and resources. I like to share that when I got into this work in 2001, what really struck me the most from my own training was that I had always been someone that sort of went after things. And I really came away from that first foundation training understanding the principle of negotiating relationship, of actually letting someone find me as I find them, as opposed to just sort of running after things. And I oftentimes jokingly say I wouldn't be married if it weren't for that course, because it helped me understand that sometimes in order to meet someone, you have to feel and orient to and respond to the signals, verbal and nonverbal, that they're giving. So it's really helped me balance myself. And I think that resources, things that help guide us, help sometimes nurture or soothe us, that is just a principle that I think is universal, that everybody can get something out of. And I really think that the students that I had in the last course got so much out of that principle. How can we make sure that we're constantly getting what we need so that we feel better capable, so that our resiliency is higher to meet life.
To finishing the course and learning more about midlines and learning more about staying in a midline, in the center of my body, where the stillness resides. I realized that I can solve problems better. I can relate to my clients in much better way, because somehow when I'm in a midline, everything is falling into right place and I can see things from the right point of view. I don't get swept by the current of emotions, current of um, looking for a safety, because I'm sitting in the midline and I'm just looking from the totally different point of view. I'm just looking from the stillness point of view. It's easier to make any decision from that point of view. So
Right.
that's what I have to share about it.
Thank you so much, Elżbieta. And Christelle, would you like to speak to the next set of principles? Thank you.
Yes, this one is stillness and sentience, and so much to say about stillness in my life. I've had to really learn to understand that stillness is really comes from within, and it does not have it can be very dynamic. It's not that, oh, I can't move, I can't say anything. And so for me, it's been really very freeing to understand that that stillness is dynamic in my for my personal life. And so when I am with a client, or when I'm in a relationship, when I'm in a conversation, um, I can, just like Kathy was talking about pacing, there is I can tune in to my own depth, to the depth of my stillness, and because I tend to be very active, and so that has really taught me how to slow, to slow down, and to be in connection with myself in a very deep way, and so in turn, because I can tune in really in a deep way, it allows me to connect with everything that's outside, and using my intuition, using all the clairs, using my way of connecting with the outer world. So by listening to myself better, and that and slowing down my own system, being still in a dynamic way, I can be more aware of what's around me, in the seen and in the unseen. And I know you wanted to say a few words about that too, so maybe you can add something, Mimi.
Yeah, no, that was perfect. Thank you. I think what I've been hearing is that for a lot of us, it's really about balancing. So if we have one thing that is stronger, that this work just helps us come a little bit more to the middle.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I've been hearing. So that's wonderful.
Yeah.
And would anybody like to speak to movement and mystery?
Yep. I'll speak to movement and mystery. And what I've come to understand is really, just like you were saying, the macro and the micro. And I've been in tune with the universe, so to speak, and all the various experience that I've had in my life, and understanding the mystery of my own body, the mystery of every cell, the mystery of my nervous system, the mystery, so it can go very tuning into the anatomy, but there's such a mystery as to how our body comes into form, and begins with a little cell, and the whole process of us being human being is an amazing mystery. And because we're always relating with the whole universe, there's that beautiful back and forth and connection with between who we are as human being, and the plants and the cosmos and the elements. And so there is, you know, and it's a dance, and I think the movement is really a beautiful dance between the micro and then the, you know, the whole universe, the macro.
Wonderful. Thanks so much, Christelle. And would anybody like to speak to initiation? I'll just take the last one. So really for me, initiation and integration is just about getting a chance to organize everything. You know, we delve so deeply into very profound principles that it's important to take time to integrate, to review them, to really reflect and appreciate, looking back over the year, sort of how these things have shifted us, how they've shifted our lives, how they've colored the lens through which we see life and how we react to life. And it gives us time to celebrate together and to have an initiation ritual where we get to really appreciate and memorialize the time that we spent together and the territory that we've covered. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much to Christelle, Elżbieta, and Kathy for coming today and speaking a little bit about how biodynamic principles have affected their professional and personal lives. I hope that you have a chance to ask any questions, to reach out to us. We would love to have you in this course. And thanks so much for tuning in today. Take good care.